police agencies all across the country employ individuals that have no respect for the people they are paid to and sworn to protect. They will lie to you in an attempt to extract information to enable them to detain you or arrest you based on no actual law being broken. The Supreme Court has ruled on two very important elements of police conduct. Firstly, your safety is not their concern. And secondly, they can lie to you to gain the upper hand in any sort of interview or conversation they have with you. They are not your friends, nor are they overly concerned with respecting your rights as an American citizen. The following video illustrates just how unjust and devious cops will be to try to entrap you so they can escalate any given situation into a possible arrest. Always record the police, because going on their essay of any situation is certainly not something that can be trusted to be truthful.
Lisette Gonzalez insists she's innocent, is grateful to the judge, but says the whole thing was upsetting.
At the moment, I don't know what was going on. All I know, I was crying.
The officer said he didn't ask her to do a breathalyzer test because no one from the sheriff's office was available to do it. Even so, he indicated she had an unlawful blood or breath alcohol level, which automatically suspended her license for 6 months.
But you did not know what her blood or breath alcohol was at all, did you?
That's correct.
Were you drunk?
Oh, no. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
The jury found her guilty, but Seminole County Judge Fred Schott threw out the verdict and went on a tirade accusing the officer of lying and even of maybe breaking the law.
Take it up on appeal with him lying about it. The case should have never been built. Never. And we'll find out why your license was suspended and if somebody broke the law to cause your license to be suspended.
The PD's office says the sheriff's office refuted the officer's claim about the breath test.
The evidence showed there are breath test operators always available to give a breath test, and that this officer said that there is not, which is not true.
But Sanford police say body cam video shows the officer asking for an operator and being told it would be 3 hours. The state is appealing. A hearing is set here for May, but the PD's office says it's going to file a motion to argue that the case is over. Reporting live at the Seminole County Courthouse in Sanford, Kathy Bellich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Comprehensive roadside safety checkpoint
I
tonight.
understand what it is.
I've got a copy of the operations plan. The sidewalk is going to be closed.
Closed public area.
No, sir, it's part of the roadway.
Well, in a sense it is.
The sidewalk is part of the roadway. We're not going to debate semantics, okay? But I have in the operations plan, I have designated an area for observers, okay? And they're going to set that up so that if you want to observe the checkpoint, you can do it from the area that we've designated.
I don't know if you can really do that. You can say you're not going to debate it, but I've been to a number of checkpoints, and the sidewalks are open for one reason: they're public access way for people coming through, walking through. You can't put people through your zone because you're going to cordon it off, and you can't put people on the road because there's traffic out there. This is a public access way, which I am standing in. So I'm on public property, whether you want to say it's part of the road or not.
Well, Wally, what I am telling you is that the sidewalk is part of the roadway. That's Florida law. I've been to the academy. I know that the sidewalk is part of the roadway. For the comprehensive roadside safety check,
yes, it's part of the
it's
easement.
part of the roadway. Roadway. The roadway encompasses the road.
Corporal Sullivan, you said you went to the academy, correct?
I did.
You're trained in traffic matters, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you're trained in, and you're also trained that the definitions of a sidewalk and the roadway are different, correct?
I believe one encompasses the other.
Okay.
But I think it's roadway.
You think?
Pretty certain.
Pretty certain, okay.
I'm not an expert in any field.
Obviously.
Now, when Mr. Sullivan approached you, you said that you created a diagram or a observation area for him to be in, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You stated that that diagram was for all observers for that area that wanted to come and view the checkpoint, correct?
Yes.
Was that observation area ever marked as an observation area so other observers can go and view the checkpoint from that area?
Not physically marked.
The taser inquiry has picked up where it left off in Vancouver, grilling the fourth and final officer about his role at the airport when Robert Jakanski died. As the CBC's Terry Milewski reports, that individual was the senior commanding officer who called the order to pull the taser trigger.
Corporal Monty Robinson was the man who gave the fateful order to hit him again the night that Robert Jakanski died. Robinson was in command of the four Mounties, and he ordered a second hit, he says, because the first one did not work.
It didn't have an instantaneous effect, and Mr. Jakanski still had the stapler in his hand, and he had not gone down.
The problem is Jakanski did go down. The first shot lasted 5 or 6 seconds, and in that time, Jakanski screams, staggers, drops the stapler, and falls down. Just 1 second later, he is stunned again, but it was still not over. Corporal Robinson stared at the video monitor as it showed that even as Jakanski lay screaming on the floor, there was yet a third call for the taser.
Stop. Did you hear those words? Hit him again, hit him again?
Yes, I did.
Is that you, sir?
I don't rule it out, it's me.
If you gave that instruction, he's clearly on the ground.
Yes.
And there's 3 police on or about him, Mr. Jakanski?
Yes.
Like the other officers, Robinson admitted there were errors in his prior statements, in which he claimed that Jakanski tried to hit the police and that they had to wrestle him to the ground when the taser didn't work.
Just because I was mistaken doesn't mean I was lying. I did the best job I could at the time.
But none of this was any comfort to Robert Jakanski's mother.
They tasered at him 5 times, and my heart is so broken for that.
The testimony is taking its toll, too, on the RCMP as an institution.
We're certainly sensitive to the fact that public trust is at a level that we would rather not see it at.
The RCMP spokesman would not comment, though, on his boss's remarks of yesterday. Visiting Afghanistan, RCMP Commissioner William Elliott said the public should not judge the officers on the frame-by-frame showing of the videotape. So far, though, all 4 officers have been forced to agree that it's the video, not their own statements, that tells the truth. Terry Milewski, CBC News, Vancouver.
Jakanski's death has prompted all kinds of questions about the effects of repeated tasering. And coming up this week, the CBC's Frederick Zelak will bring you new research on whether multiple taser shocks actually increase the risk of death.
There was a case in New York where a police officer was caught planting drugs into a black man's vehicle while the black man was handcuffed.
How did he get caught, Anna?
He got caught with his own dash cam. Wow. So I love this. A local newspaper found this surveillance. They just posted it up on YouTube, and now it's obviously going viral. We want to show the video to you guys as well, so let's watch it. So the cop is on the right-hand side of the vehicle, or in the passenger side. And you can see him shuffling around a little bit.
How does the moron not know that there's a camera on his dashboard? Or I guess he forgot. You know what's interesting about this? Is that it's probably so commonplace, at least for him, that he probably didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Remember, we did a story about New York before where police officers would literally walk into bars and plant drugs into people's coats. Mm-hmm. So they would put drugs into, they'd find whatever, some minority, doesn't matter. They would put drugs into his coat, and then they'd be like, they would do like one of those stop and frisks, and then they would be like, oh, what is this bag of cocaine doing in your coat?
And they would have to say it just like that.
Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button.